Will the UN use XRP or XLM? This is a scene from Black Swan Capitalist that talks about it. We'll also talk about how many countries Ripple works with right now and how many countries can use XRP. A lot of people have been talking about this clip too. They want that to take the place of the dollar.
I want to show you how much value would have to be added to the XRP record just to get to $5,000, let alone $100,000.
Okay, there are a lot of questions here. I believe everyone needs to take a deep breath. Let's do some math together. A lot of countries, not just the US, put penalties on Russia. You can also watch some great penalties against the United States. So far, I think about 12 or 13,000 bans have been put on Russia for invading Ukraine. The business of the world is doing fine. China is in a bit of trouble because they had some really bad rules about business loans, real estate loans, and other things like that. However, most of them are coming back. I'm not sure what this person is taking about. But hey, there is a full clip if you like what you heard. You are welcome to watch that. It sounds a little crazy to me, but hey, if the UN does have its own digital currency, we should hear about it soon. I don't really get that clip. CEO Brad Garlinghouse says that the link between BlackRock and Ripple could be a game changer. That means BlackRock is the best ETF company. Their first ETF was for Bitcoin. Now they have one for Ethereum, and soon they will have ones for Solana and XRP as well. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It's just that you won't be able to see it yet because the SEC has to clear every ETF. But it's not likely that there will be an XRP ETF anytime soon because Ripple is still involved in this kind of court case, or Brad is involved in this kind of court case. Brad has been very busy going after Gary Gensler. The CC won't do that until there is a new government or lawsuits. Neither of those things will happen anytime soon. I think that means it doesn't matter if the next president is a Democrat or a Republican, they will choose a new CC director. Hopefully that lately, but that's just part of life. It means a lot to me if you really subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to get things going again and make as much stuff. Guys, we're also trying to get the channel to grow again. I did have to take a short break. The payments tool is now used in more than 80 countries, which boosts global liquidity. Along with expanding our payout options to more than 80 countries around the world, we are also constantly spending to increase our global liquidity capacity. Would love to see it, okay? This clip said some nice things about me the other day. Someone asked if the U.S. debt, which is about $34 trillion, could be added to the XRP system. What would the price change if that were the case? Okay, now I'm going to play this clip and tell you some things I got from ChatGPT. I'm not good at math, though. An AI is going to give me this information. The AI might be wrong, but let me show you. Anyone who says they know where XRP will go is lying. Nothing at all. But I'll give you a very small idea of what might happen. Actually, XRP is just a valuable piece of money. There is a lot of trade between that instrument and other instruments, such as bonds, stocks, currencies, all the data, and pretty much everything else. And XRP is only worth the value of the things that are released on it, since it costs XRP to buy those things on the network and use that liquidity. In this case, you have to give all of the debt as well as all of the equity. That means XRP is only responsible for the debts of the people who issue assets on it, who are obviously responsible. XRP could be worth $100, $100,000, or $1 million. It relies on the number of goods you wish to send to the network. Okay, if you want to give out, say, $100 trillion worth of stock, that's fine. That's a great deal of money on the web. What will happen if they want to borrow another $500 million? That makes the network better too. So there is a huge amount of money that could be moving through these networks that we can't even begin to understand because of the debt problem. More and more value in the form of. Just so you know, the world owes about $300 trillion. Okay, and I just wanted to quickly put together some numbers I asked, given today's numbers circulating supply, how much value or debt would need to be added to the XRPL for the price to be $5,000 per token? Because you know, that's a nice round number that I hear a lot of people talk about. I need to know how much it costs. Okay, this is where ChatGPT did some math that I'm not good at and came up with $259 trillion. To get to a price of $5,000 per XRP, an extra $259 trillion in debt would have to be added to the XRP system. That's a lot of debt. You should know that this number could change if, say, the stock market did. Bond market and derivatives market, I don't think XRP will take it all, but if it starts to take a lot of that value in $5, $10, or $15 trillion a day in payment, we can start to get there with all of these different pieces. But guys, this is going to take time. Today is not tomorrow or next year. Is this further down the line? I also asked what the price of XRP would be if the US government added $34 trillion in debt to the record at $654. Someone had asked, can the US government get out of debt by using Ripple? It makes sense to me that Ripple and this would happen because they are like a big back door, right? There is a very back doorway for Ripple in the US. Government to talk about how the debt is getting out of hand. In other words, what can we do to start over? Then Ripple could say, hey, why don't we give you $1 billion, $2 billion, $5 billion, $5 billion, or whatever amount of XRP. They have a lot of XRP in trust. It can be sent to the UN or whoever the government is to make this happen. After that, the US government could add the loan to the XRP ledger. After that, they might be able to start with all the XRP that the US has, getting rid of that debt or reusing other debts. I don't know much about business. I'm not going to get too far into this, but this seems like a very unlikely possibility, right? It's like the end of the world and crazy things would have to happen for them to do this. The US government is going to keep making money, and they are going to keep putting things off. And someone will have to deal with this in 10, 15, or 20 years. I'm not sure where we'll be at that time. I might not even be here in 20 years. We need to wait and see how this all goes. Okay, so half of all transactions, I don't know why they sped up this video, but this is from RizXRP, go through XRP. Well over half of all the transactions we handle, since we have a program called On-Demand Liquidity that works with both fiat and XRP. We now do more than half of all our business with XRP. We do more than half of all our business through XRP. You know, it's over. Okay, fun stuff. Rokana gave us this tip. He works as a congressman in California. Also, Tony, many people are unhappy with this SC's stance and attitude to crypto because they use regulation by enforcement, SAB 121. Also, some people are not pleased with Chair Gensler. In that case, let's say Kamala Harris wins. Do you think she'll take over as chair of the SEC from Gary Gensler? I believe she will have her own group. When those jobs open up, I think she will make meetings with new people. Don't forget that she's from California. She knows about the economy of creativity. People like her will tell her that she should think about the people we want, and I will do the same. Smart rules, well thought out rules. However, they also want to keep the crypto business in the US, you know what I mean? There are two sides to this, right? Trump and the people who work for him sound like they want to put Trump-supporting people in charge of certain parts of the government. They're not really loyal to America, since that's not what comes first, right? For them, Trump is the most important thing. I also sometimes wonder if those people are the best ones for the jobs. Yes, that makes me think of China, right? In China, they must have fired a lot of very smart people, right? They got rid of all the scientists, writers, and other people who might have been able to do something or stand up. Now look at China, right? That's why I get a little nervous, right? I have no idea what the Democrats will do. The choice of who will run the country is very tough right now. In January, right? It will be held in November. A lot of people in the crypto world believe Trump is the best person to lead that. We need to wait and see. Okay, the meeting to settle the SEC case will happen on July 25th, 2024. This is in fact the date of today. What's going to happen? We keep waiting for this, you know, this will be fixed in the end. It's almost August. I also think I heard Brad Garlinghouse say that this might be over by August. It's the last day of July. As soon as this is over, wouldn't it be nice to keep the price the same? It's still just a guess, but once everything is over, US banks might start using Ripple to move money and working with it. It would be really cool to see that. After that, we can start to see what the real price of XRP is, not just what people think it is worth. Then there's Brad Garlinghouse on Bloomberg, of course. Let me play this. The next big thing could be Ripple. I believe it's a compliment if we're fixing a real problem on a large scale. In crypto, I think the most important thing is to figure out what is real and what is just talk. I think some people will look back on Bitcoin and say it was like Napster for digital goods. In other words, Napster was the first company to capture music and show that it was possible to do many cool things with it. But in the end, they were breaking trademark rules and not paying royalties. The government stepped in and stopped Napster from being successful. But services like Spotify, iTunes, and